All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, traders. This is Trusted Emmanuel Trust Wealth. This is weekend, 23rd of May, 2026. I want to do a market review on GBPAUD. Remember, we had a sell trade. On this pair, and I'm on the 4-hour time frame. I said, was it on Wednesday? I can't really remember. I said I was expecting price to that should be on Friday also. Yes, I said I was expecting price to sell from this zone. Yes, I said we had a sweep of structure here on the daily time frame. How that this candle swept this high and we dropped on the daily time frame, and so on the 1 hour time frame we went down directly to the 1 hour time frame to know what is going on. So on the 1 hour time frame, if you could remember from our previous video, we said we have a sweep of market structure here, a sweep of market structure, and a break of market structure here. So this is actually the structural liquidity that was created. This high here is the structural liquidity that was created. But if you remember in our previous video, I said this structural liquidity is too far from our 4-hour POI, meaning this is a structural liquidity and it's too far from this POI. Let's check what that POI looks like on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, that POI is a QMR. A QMR is an order block that was violated, meaning an order block that was not respected. It's a valid point for price to return to. So all this candlestick here, let me zoom in a little bit. All this candlestick here, 1, 2, 3, they are all order blocks. So it was swept, it was violated, so we expect price to come back there. So that's how we had to just draw it out, because I was expecting price to come back to that zone. So going back to the structural liquidity is really, really far from our POI, our monthly POI. So what I did is that we went down to the 1 hour time frame where we caught our sell trade. Okay, so this is the 1 hour time frame. After price tapped into the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour POI, which is the QMR, the order block on the 4-hour time frame that was violated, we saw this massive drop. Let me zoom in. We saw this massive drop, and after price dropped, if you remember the previous video, I said this was a break of market structure on the 4-hour time frame. That low was taken out, and this was the available structural liquidity, and I said I was expecting price to take it out, then drop. And if you remember what I said on our previous video, I said I am expecting price to give us about 7R, probably taking out this low here, expecting price to take out this low, but I said I will be taking out partials from here. I'll be taking out partials from here like 4R. So I'm still expecting this trade to, I'm still expecting this pair, in as much as we swept this, I'm expecting this pair to drop down to this point. So this is exactly what I'm expecting to see on this pair. So this is like a counter trend. is a counter trend. The sell is a counter trend. Overall, on the monthly time frame, let's look at the monthly time frame so we'll know what price is really doing. In a wider view, in a long time, I want to see what price is really doing on the monthly time frame. The network is kind of slow today. So this is the monthly time frame. As you can see, I love this price action I'm seeing here. I love this price action I'm seeing here. So we saw this raid, this sweep of this low. See this low? We saw that sweep of this low. Price swept liquidity on the monthly time frame. Though this month May has not ended though, but it's a nice thing that that price is sweeping this low, and it will be a nice thing if price closes like that. So price is sweeping this low and it's tapped into an IFVG. An IFVG is a fair value gap that was violated. It becomes inverse fair value gap. So if you look by your left hand side, you will see an IFVG there, a fair IFVG. This is it. Or let me use the fair value gap tool. Let me just use the tool so we'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This IFVG. So as you can see, this IFVG price tapped into it and rejected after taking out this low. So what is this kind of, what is this trying to tell you? It means that the buyers are coming into the market, seeing that we cleared this low and we tapped into this inverse fair value gap. Means that pressure is now coming to the market. The buyers are staying in the market, and I love this kind of price action. I love what I'm seeing here entirely, and this is what we want to focus on. So let's see if there's anything on the weekly time frame. On the monthly time frame, we saw that buyers are already coming to the market. We had a sweep of liquidity, and price was reacting off an IFVG. So on the weekly time frame, what are we seeing? Basically, on the weekly time frame, price is still bearish because we dropped from that place, that zone. Then we had this low, we went up, then we broke down. So if price should change into bullish movement, then I will expect price to probably take out this high. Understand? Then we retrace, then we continue higher. But this is a long-term view. So time is fractal. What we do is at some point you need to understand time correlation. So we'll just move down to the daily time frame to see if there's any information there, so we'll know exactly what we are doing. Network is kind of too bad this evening. If you did it before, you will do it again. Then go back then. Okay. All right. On the daily time frame, we are still bullish. We are still bearish on the daily time frame because this was a break of market structure. We had a break of market structure here. After that break of market structure, this recent high that causes that break, this high, price is currently reacting off that high, and that's why I am selling. I want to sell into the discount level of this new range that was created, but I'm not expecting price to take out this low. I'm not expecting price to take out this low because of what is happening on the monthly time frame. So I'm not expecting price to take out this low. So on the 4 hours, let's see what is happening on the 4 hour time frame. So on the 4 hour time frame, as you can see, we had a break of market structure here. We had a break of market structure here. Yes, here. And there was a liquidity sweep. Price took out liquidity here. Price took out liquidity here, and we saw this massive push to the upside to break out this structure. So this is what I was planning to see happen. This is what I was wanting to see after this break of market structure. I just want to see price to drop down to the discount level. Then we'll look for a buy here around this level. Then we'll push higher. Look for a buy there around that level, then we'll push higher. So basically, this is exactly what is happening on GBPAUD. So after this break of market structure here, we saw a structural liquidity here, a liquidity sweep here, structural liquidity, and we want to see price come down to this place, take out this low. After taking out that low, then want to see some kind of reaction here, then we move higher. But immediately price gets, I will not be taking a trade immediately. Once price tapped into this place, I would like to move down to the 1 hour time frame, to the 15-minute time frame, to know if this zone is going to hold price. I'm not just going to enter the trade aggressively, because on the daily time frame we are still bearish. On the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame we are still bearish. So it's just the monthly time frame and the 4 hour that is giving a sense of bullishness. So for this zone to hold, then time frames like the 1 hour time frame and the what they call it, the 15-minute time frame, has to change into bullish move immediately price gets into this zone. So immediately price gets into this zone, I'll be looking forward for confirmation, lower time frame confirmation, before I take the trade. So to wrap up everything, I don't want to make this video long. So on this chart, AUD and GBPAUD, I'm still expecting price to drop. Take out this liquidity, tap into this zone, then I will wait for lower time frame confirmation before we ride higher. Before we move higher, I will wait for lower time frame confirmation. So before we move higher, so there's every possibility for price to dip down, then probably give a little sense of movement, then we invalidate that zone. So that's why confirmation is very, very important. Lower time frame confirmation is very, very important before taking a trade. So this is all for GBPAUD. I'll be dropping setups. I'll be dropping market review after this. Maybe let's see, tomorrow before market open, we'll be doing a market review. All right, see you in the next video. Trade safe, stay safe.